Hello, everyone. Hello. This is my first vertical live stream. I figured I would just get on here and kind of hang out and talk to everybody before we do our major live streams. So if you guys are new to this channel, oh, I have to turn my mic down. I'm so sorry. If you guys are new to this channel, I upload on Wednesdays and then I go live on Thursdays, and I usually do a horizontal format, but I also wanted to add vertical format, and I am not a tech channel at all. I am not like a tech person, so I'm getting used to trying to figure out how to go live both vertically and landscape at the same time, just so we can kind of see, you know, what's going on with the crowd and get people to come chat and talk with us, and just trying some new different things. So I always appreciate your patience when it comes to me trying to do tech stuff, because that is just not my forte. So today, what I wanted to do this morning was I wanted to look at some different things when it came to the new updates in the Brian Kohberger trial. Hi, Madel. Hi, I'm trying vertical for the first time. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. You can only chat. Oh, that's okay. I'm just trying to figure out this format so that we could do both later. But I am, so I figured I would come. I had an extra hour this morning after getting all my stuff done. So I was like, you know what, I'll just get my stuff done and I'll figure this out. Like I said, I've never gone live vertically, and that's something that I'm trying to start now myself, and trying to start it with, you know, some, to just, you know, whatever, appeal to broader audiences and just try some different things on this channel. So I appreciate you being here, though. I really do. So let's see here. Okay, so the one thing that I wanted to talk about is I know that there are some updates as far as the Brian Kohberger. Let's see, Brian. Oh, in Google, there were some different Brian Kohberger updates. So we can read this article from, let's see. So I have, oh, here I go. I have this as well. I got to get all this set up here. Let's put you up here. Oop. Nope. Hold on with me 1 second. There's my chat. And here's this. And then you guys have to see me. It's all trying to get organized with this real quick. There I am. Okay, so judge denies Brian Kohberger motions to exclude key DNA evidence. Let's see here. An Idaho judge denied several defense motions filed by Brian Kohberger's defense team to suppress key DNA and other evidence that named him the suspect in the 2022 murders of 4 students near the University of Idaho. Now, there are some updates that I want to get into because they're, excuse me, I'm still sort of sick. There are some things that were talked about, some new developments as far as one of the roommates being awake during the whole time that this happened, which is wild. Let's see. Where is it? Update. It says update Reddit. So here's the rulings, but I want to see about, somebody was allegedly texting. I want to see the night of one of the roommates. Okay, so I guess it's this one. Okay, let's go back to this. In a major blow to Koberger's defense, 88 County Judge Stephen Hippler issued multiple new rulings Wednesday that allowed for cell phone and email record surveillance footage, Koberger's past Amazon purchases, and DNA evidence to be used in the trial. Koberger was arrested in December of 2022 and charged with the murder of the deaths of Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonzalez, Xana Kernodle, and Kernodle's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, which is a big win for the prosecutors. The judges moved to allow DNA evidence found on the button of the knife sheath left near the body of two victims at the murder scene. Investigators had run the DNA sample through public ancestry websites to build a list of possible suspects in the investigation. Excuse me. Authorities learned Koberger had driven from Pullman, Washington to his parents' home in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Law enforcement conducted a trash pull there where they obtained DNA that tied Koberger to the knife sheath. The DNA later proved to be a statistical match to a swab taken from Koberger's cheek. And as we discussed it before, that swab or the DNA was the match was an octillion match. Like, it wasn't a million, it wasn't a billion, it was an octillion, which means it's a 1 plus 27 zeros after it. I need my screen. Hello? Okay, there we are. Sorry, I accidentally bumped it when I was doing my screen, and it went. Oh, wait, my dog ran away, and it ran out. I'm sorry, and I'm gone again, and I'm here, but I think I'm here. Hi. Thank you, Justin. I'm just trying to. I've never done vertical before, so I'm just trying to get some new things going, and you know how this goes. But anyways, hi John, how are you? I appreciate you guys. We're trying something new, and of course, streaming is always an adventure. It's always an adventure. So anyway, all systems go. You guys, I appreciate you being so patient with me all the time. I am not tech savvy. And I thought we would just sit and chit chat on Vertical Live. I want to start trying to go vertical and landscape at the same time. So with that being said, I figured before it looks different on your phone. I don't even know what it looks like. I have to see. I'm going to do it right now, but I want to do vertical and landscape. And before I decided Streaming is dynamic. Love your content. Emily D. Baker is an icon. And so anyways, before I went for the live stream today, and because so we do I upload my videos on Wednesday. I do my live streams on Thursday, and I was like, okay, now I want to add vertical live streams to just I want to just reach more audiences. That's all. That's the reason that I'm doing this. And also too, just to let you guys in on a little secret, I have been invited by YouTube to be in a group that pushes vertical live streaming. They want more people to go on verticals as well as landscape live streaming. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to add it to my repertoire, was because they've invited us to this program, and part of being in the program is vertical live streaming. But anyways, I always go live on Thursdays, and with doing that, I pretty much have my setup on Thursdays figured out. But with that being said, I also want to add vertical, and I didn't want to mess up what we do on Thursdays by trying to add the vertical. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try to work out the bugs right now, because I think I can go live and then also go live and then just leave it and be with that. You have the winter throat clearing issues. Oh my God, we have been so sick. We have been so sick. Okay, so anyways, for those of you who don't know, I have 2 little bacon bits at home. It's me, my husband, my 8-year-old son, and my 5-year-old daughter. So 3 or 4 weeks ago, we got the stomach flu. Like, everybody was barfing, or diarrhea was gross. So we got that, but it was in and out, 24 hours. Everybody was fine. Well, then Saturday, my littlest bacon bit, my girl, she was not feeling well. This was the Saturday before Super Bowl. Okay. So she was not feeling well. And then she had a fever. And then the next day she had a fever again. So I was like, okay, we have a Super Bowl party at the neighbor's house. And I was like, we're not going to the Super Bowl party. And so her and I stayed home, and I was fine. Well, then Monday came, she was still sick. And Monday I was like, well, something's up. I don't feel great. So I was like, okay, now I don't feel good. Tuesday, I got even more sick. By Wednesday, I almost called my husband and was like, I need you to come home from work because I cannot handle this. I was sobbing. I had a high fever, aches, chills. Like, I was, and also our kids were off. Dude, our kids were off of school because they had an abundance of caution for snow that never happened. We didn't have it. So our kids were off of school. So then I had both of them home, and it was a mess. By Thursday, I was feeling all right. Oh, and by the way, on top of all this, my daughter had to miss 2 special ophthalmology appointments. If you guys didn't know, we've been going through some issues with my daughter. She has a cranial third nerve palsy. She's got a spot in her brain that we're trying to figure out what it is. But she's been complaining of eye pain and double vision. She was supposed to go to the ophthalmologist on Monday, had to cancel that appointment because she had a fever. And then they made a special appointment for us down at the main hospital, which is 2 hours away from my house. But they made a special appointment, and we were supposed to go to that. And then I had to cancel that because my son was home on Friday. So then I had to cancel my whole weekend. I missed one of my best friends' memorial. She passed away. They didn't have a funeral, but I missed one of my best friend's memorials. And I was supposed to be working this past weekend, and I could not even see straight. We were up. So my son was off on Friday. We were up with him until 4 a.m. We were on the phone with the doctors. Like, what do we do? He got up to 104. And she's like, you have to bring that fever down. We had him in the bed with his clothes off. We have cold compresses. We have the fan on him. We're giving him all the medication. And now it became a point of like, instead of do we take him to the ER, now it came to a point like, do we call 911? So we finally got his fever down. And then finally at 5 o'clock, I told my husband, 5 a.m., I'm like, I have to tap out. You have to tap in because I can't keep my head up at this point. So he let me sleep until whenever, but I ended up waking up at 9:30. And this was Saturday. So Saturday, my son was in bed all day. My daughter's feeling better. I still feel like garbage because I can't like get myself back. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, and then everything was okay. My son's fever was coming down and everybody's been sort of okay. And then Sunday, it seemed like Moose was doing better. So we were like, okay. And then by Monday, they had school off because of President's Day. And we were like, all right, so what's the matter, Bob? All right. I'm going to have to go let her out in a second. Give me 1 second. Let me go let my dog out. I don't have like a be right back screen. I wish I did. Be cooler if you did. Let me see. Does this work? Hello? Okay. Hi. Okay. You know what, guys? Listen. She cannot stream, okay? Technology and her do not go hand in hand. Can you hear me now? Please, dear Lord. I'm just trying to live, okay? Anyways, so Monday, the kids don't go to school because it's President's Day, so they don't have school. So then I was like, cool. We got everything set up for Tuesday. I was not being mean. I was trying to help. No. So everything was fine. And I'm like, okay, everybody's going to school Tuesday. Perfect. We all go to bed. My son wakes up at 2 o'clock screaming. I go to check him. He's hot. His fever is back up to 102. I'm like, God bless it. So he didn't go to school on Tuesday. And then yesterday, he was feeling good. Oh my God. And my son's a big eater. Yesterday, he was like eating his breakfast by the handfuls. He was just so ready. So yesterday, he was feeling good. Today, both children are at school. I believe that is a round of applause for me. Kids are at school. We can party. We can absolutely party. It feels good. Okay. So, anyways, now we just have to figure out how to stream. Yes, victory. I'll tell you. So, so here's the other thing. My daughter's in preschool, so she has morning school, and then we have her in like a tot program. But the tot program, they take her out of your car before she goes into the school, but when you go to pick her up, you have to physically go into the school. So I was able to drop her off at her tot programs yesterday, and she was back at school. And it's just so funny because you're like, oh my God, she just needs, I mean, both of my kids do. They need that brain stimulation, you know? I remember having a 104 fever. That's when I went on a spirit quest. Are you sure you weren't like doing ayahuasca in the forest somewhere, John? I went on a spirit quest. Oh my God. Yeah, I have to tell you, I had like 100, 101, and I felt like hot trash. Straight hot trash. If you guys like this setup, I might just do pre-chats every Thursday. We'll just do like pre-chats so that when we do the live stream on like the actual live stream on Thursday afternoons, we can just get into it. Also, I think I want my other headphones. Yeah, I bet that was interesting. But anyways, everybody's doing good. Well, except my husband. My husband is not doing great. But my husband doesn't listen to me because nobody listens to me because who am I? But he was like, oh, I feel sort of good. And this is like a weird flu thing that we have because you like feel good and then you don't feel good and then you like feel okay. And I was telling him, I'm like, you're going to go back and forth. And he's like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, that's on you. And sure enough, he got up this morning and he's like, oh, I should probably rest. Did he? No, he decided to work out. So, and then he's done working out and he's like, I don't feel good. And I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, I should have listened to you. And I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to help you. It's like one of my kids. When I tell my kids something and they're like, no, I don't want to. And I'm like, I'm only trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you in any sort of way. I love you very much. I want you to feel good. I want you to get better. And then they're like, no, I don't want to. Nah. But I think that's just men. You men. Us ladies are like, take care of yourself. Do cool things. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll go to work anyways. Yeah, it's not that. It's like you should want to take care of yourself. It's okay to take a rest. My husband, he has been, okay, let me tell you, my husband is crazy. He's been getting up every day at I hear this through too. What is this? What is this? Ugh. He has been getting up every day at like 3 a.m. to work out before he goes to work. And yeah, I mean, going to work is one thing. And plus, my husband, it's such bullshit. I think he gets only 9 sick days like a year. And I'm like, you can't even give the man 1 a month until they can no longer stand. Yeah, exactly. Duct tape a finger back on and finish my 12-hour shift. Yeah, no, but the working out, I'm like, honey, just sleep. You can skip a day of working out. And he's been eating well. He has been working out. He has been a crazy person. So he's like, I don't want to get off of my routine. I don't want to slip out of it. And I'm like, I understand. But also, you have to take care of yourself. That's very important. But he's like, I'll be fine. And then he works out today and it's leg day. And then I see him at 4 a.m. because I was up. And he's like, oh, I don't feel good. And I'm like, wonder why? Duct tape and baling wire. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so. Anyways. It's craziness. It's absolute craziness. Okay, so while we have, you haven't lived, if you haven't, I believe I've super glued a cut closed. So I actually, growing up, I used to fish and camp a lot. And there were a lot of times when I was like filleting fish or, like doing hooks and stuff. I would try to, you know, whatever. I'd cut myself. And then my grandpa, instead of Band-Aids, he'd always had a stick of super glue in his tackle box. You're just like, all right, it's going to burn for a minute. That and hose water. I'm made of super glue and hose water, honestly. All right. So anyways, let's get back into this. So the defense had argued that law enforcement, if you guys are just getting in, we're talking about some of the updates in the Brian Kohberger case, just because I wanted to look at it. Today, what we are going to be doing is watching the OJ trial, since that's what we're covering for like the next 4 weeks. This documentary, if you guys are going to watch it, it is so good. It's so good. It's so funny. Somebody went on a rampage at like 3 a.m. on my YouTube, and they were like, you cover old cases, I'm unfollowing. And I was like, let me help you, block. But also, it's not about the old cases. We're covering the documentary, and also about the societal impact that it had at the time, and how it could be different now. So, yeah. Somebody was like, why do you do this? Because it's my channel and because I do what I want. Anyways, but right now we're talking about Brian Kohberger. So the defense had argued that law enforcement violated Kohberger's constitutional rights by failing to secure a warrant before conducting the investigative genetic genealogy and before the trash pull. I don't know anything about the genetic genealogy, if they have the right to do that with the DNA that they found. But I know before the trash pull, like so they were in my comments. They left like 8 comments, and it was like, why am I, and I'm sleeping. I woke up to this. I woke up to like paragraphs, and it's like, you're censoring my comments, I'm gonna unfollow. And then it's like, you only cover old cases, this in the JonBenet Ramsey case, I'm unfollowing. And like, they just kept announcing that they're unfollowing, and I'm like, let me see you out. Let me help you. You could just unsubscribe and leave. But anyways, so before the trash pull, it is to my understanding that if you throw anything in the trash, it's public domain, right? And that's what the judge says here. The judge found that there was no constitutional violation, as Kohberger allegedly exposed his DNA to the public by leaving it on the sheath, thus forfeiting any reasonable expectation of privacy in the DNA left behind. Oh, and that's on the knife sheath at the crime scene. Yeah. Anything that they find at the crime scene is fair game, right? Yeah. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you. And I have no problem. Like, my content is not for everybody. That is fine. Yeah. And once in the trash, right? Like, but also this is at the crime scene. You don't get privacy. Like, they're going to take that DNA, they're going to run through genetic testing, they're going to try to figure out who it is. And I think in a crime scene, they have every right to do that. And there is no reasonable expectation of privacy in DNA found at the crime scene, which is subsequently analyzed to identify an unknown suspect. There we go. I just said that. Similarly, Hippler said that the investigators were justified in searching through trash outside Kohberger's parents' home after they zeroed in on him. Hippler said by throwing away items of trash containing his DNA, defendant cannot object to testing of that DNA. It's theirs now. It's public. You threw it out. In a hearing last month, Hippler seemed skeptical of tossing out DNA evidence. Where there's a DNA match between the DNA and the sheath and Mr. Kohberger, isn't that probable cause every day and twice on Sunday? In another filing, Hippler denied the defense's motion for a Franks hearing, which is when the defense challenges validity of information used by law enforcement to obtain a search warrant. I need to know more information on what that is. So let's ask. What is a Franks hearing? Let's see. A Franks hearing is a special type of court hearing where a defendant challenges the truthfulness of statements made by police in a search warrant affidavit. Breaking it down simply, police need a warrant to search someone's home, phone, or belongings. Police usually need a search warrant approved by a judge. The warrant is based on an officer's statement. To get the warrant, an officer writes a sworn statement or affidavit explaining why they believe there's evidence of a crime. What if the officer lied or misled the judge? If a defendant believes the officer intentionally lied or left out important details to mislead the judge, they can request a Franks hearing to challenge the warrant. Judge reviews the evidence. If the defendant provides solid proof that the officer may have been dishonest, the judge holds a Frank hearing to determine if the warrant was based on false or misleading information. And if the judge finds that the officer was dishonest or reckless with the truth, the court may throw out the warrant and any evidence obtained from it. It is a way to protect people from illegal searches based on false or misleading police statements. So, he's not getting that. The defense claimed law enforcement intentionally or recklessly misrepresented material facts in their probable cause affidavit for search warrant applications. You know, I love when I read this stuff and then they don't give us the examples. I want to know what the examples are. A hearing was held in January on the alleged omission of information regarding defendant's identification through investigative genetic genealogy. According to one of the filings, the judge found that the warrants are not invalid based on that omission because that information would have only bolstered probable cause from the searches. In that Franks motion, the defense also argued that law enforcement misrepresented statements made by a roommate of the victims who was in her own bedroom at the time of the murders. Now, this is what I want to get into because it has come out that, I don't know if it was this particular roommate or one of the roommates, they said that they were up texting that night. So the judge said the defense's challenge may be fodder for cross-examination, but noted her accounts and interviews with law enforcement were consistent. The judge further found no evidence of misrepresented material in the application for search warrants. Another motion asked Hippler to dismiss the use of digital evidence investigators collected from AT&T, Google, Apple, Amazon, and a USB drive, which the defense claimed violated Kohberger's Fourth Amendment rights. Judge Hippler ruled, Judge Hippler ruled that the evidence was lawfully obtained through search warrants and because Kohberger relinquished any privacy interest in the subpoenaed records due to a third-party doctrine. Don't you do that when you like sign up for this stuff? If you sign up for something, technically it's like theirs, right? Like if I sign up for AT&T or Google or whatever, like am I giving that right away? I don't understand. I don't know. I guess, I know a defense attorney is going to defend, but if you sign up for these things and you use these public platforms, that's theirs now, right? I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on. Oh yeah, Hippler. So, let's see. The rulings were praised by the Gonzalez family. All motions to suppress the Franks motion have been denied. It's always a double-edged sword waiting. You want the right decisions to be made, but you also want them to be made quickly. We are thankful to the court for a timely decision and appreciate the work prosecution has put in thus far. And the big picture of life justice is just moments away, the family said. I want to get into where... Hold on. I'm going to find this article. Let's see. Brian Kohberger, roommate texting. Here we go. Oh, this is from Inside Edition in 2023. New details. 6 ABC Philadelphia. There we go. Let's try this one. Boise, Idaho. Brian Koberger, the man accused of Idaho college murders, is back in Idaho courtroom this week. His defense team fights to throw out the DNA evidence, which we just talked about. There were stunning revelations in a Boise courtroom as Koberger's defense team tried to paint the investigation as flawed and shrouded in secrecy in an effort to get key evidence thrown out. This is a situation where the identification was done in complete secret behind closed doors, said Koberger's lead defense attorney, Ann Taylor. The former PhD student is accused of stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death in their off-campus apartment. Taylor revealed the details of a surviving roommate's interview with authorities in the aftermath of the gruesome quadruple homicide. There are 2 references to not remembering, and a couple days later, in a third interview, there are references to not remembering being drunk. She said, a statement, I don't know any of it, like half of the stuff, I don't know if it was a dream or if it's real, and credibility is really, really important when this person is relied on in an investigation. Hi, Ludwig. How are you? I have to say, a lot of people had a lot to say about the roommates. They're college kids. And somebody was like, if she opened the door and then closed the door and went back in her room, like a lot of people have a lot to say about what happened in this case. And I just would like to put this out there. Has anybody been shit-faced before? Because I'll tell you, Blackout Bacon Bears is a good time. Okay. I'll just tell you that. But I have to say, there are a lot of times where I've been drunk. Okay. And then the next day you're like, I don't remember doing any of that. And then somebody will like say something and you're like, oh, I do have recollection of that. And you're like, oh, wait a second. Just wait a damn minute. You know what I mean? I mean, just think about it. They're college kids and, I don't know. I call that time. Yes, exactly. It's time traveling. And I've been there. Or somebody's told a story and I'm like, I have a vague recollection of doing this. We've all been there. Well, I mean, some of us have been there. I've been there probably more times than I should have. Also, as far as streaming goes today in the big stream, do not mind the background. I'm making some changes. There are going to be some changes as far as my video format goes. There's going to be some changes as far as this like set goes. So just bear with me. Too bad it's all in one direction. It's all forward. Taylor added that the roommate told police she had been drinking and that she also heard one of the victims come up and down the stairs during the time of the attack. They know that fact is wrong, Taylor added. Taylor said that the information was never provided to the judge at the beginning of the investigation. At the judge at the time, laying the groundwork for her to question the beginning of the investigation and collection of evidence, including DNA that authorities say was found on the button snap of a knife sheath at the crime scene. I do have to say, with this information coming out, there are a lot of people who think that if it was Brian Koberger, he was not by himself. If it is, do you know that there are 2 unknown male DNA found in the crime scene that the prosecutor did not send to forensics? So there is allegedly DNA on a glove outside of the house, I believe. And I believe there was something else inside the house, but I can't remember what it was. But yes, there was other DNA. However, this is also a college house. I don't know. Unknown male DNA at a college house and an unknown male DNA, now that we know is Brian Koberger's DNA on a knife sheath when 4 students are stabbed to death, to me are very different things. Were they sent in to forensics? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that there was other DNA there. Investigators also used investigative why can I not say this? genetic genealogy. I'm trying to mix these two together. Genetic genealogy to link Kohberger to the crime, which is a tactic Taylor has long argued is flawed. Investigative genetic genealogy, or IGG. Oh, that's what I'll call it now. IGG. This will be OJ part 2. Oh, my dog wants to come in and it's cold outside. Hold on. I must fly. GGY. Yes, Iggy. Okay. Also, I gotta go in a couple of minutes, but I'll be back for the afternoon live stream at about noon. It says 1 o'clock, but I'll be back about noon, so we can just chit chat about God knows what. IGG is the process by which law enforcement will take a sample of DNA and initially probably run it through what's called CODIS, which we know. I knew you would touch it. Hi, Carl. How are you? So, just ran up and down the stairs. And also, I haven't been working out lately because I've been so sick. And also, I can't breathe. So I'm just like, okay. They'll probably run it through CODIS, which we know is a database for, it's a criminal database, right? And it's a federal criminal database. But if there's no hit there, the law enforcement can, in fact, take that DNA to genetic genealogy database and see if they can take information from that database to see if that sample is related to someone, which is what happened here. And they found out that it was Kohberger's through like cousins and then ended up matching it to his dad. Yeah, see? Kohberger's DNA was later matched to trash to pull. You want to sit in my chair? Hold on. My dog wants to sit in my chair. You guys want to see my puppy? Here. Come here, Jitterbug. Hey, Jitterbuggies. Come on. Come on. Come on, big girl. Come on. Hi. Oh, there you go. Okay. Go ahead, lay down. You want to say hi? No, don't eat that. Say hi to your fans, Jitterbugs. Come here, sit. Jet. Hi, Bubs. Sit. You sit? You sit with Mama? Oh, say hi, Pumpkin. Hi, baby. Okay. Whoop. Okay. All right. I know. She's so big now. Oh. You jitterbugs. He jitterbugs. You know what I need to do for my live streams? I need to get a jet cam and but she never lays on her bed. She never wants to lay on her bed. So she's going to be 2 this year. Can you believe it? Remember when we just got her? Hi, Pina. Remember when we just got her and she was only a little jitbug? The jitbug. Oh, big yawn, mamas. Like bacon. She loves her bacon. She's a bacon pup. She's a good girl. She's the best girl. We got so lucky for those of you who are new here and don't know, I have a 8-year-old. No, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Sit down. I have an 8-year-old nonverbal autistic son. And when we were looking for a dog, I had, we were just kind of looking. We were looking into a dog that we wanted to like make a service dog. And this little pup came across my phone, and I had just called the lady who fostered her. Whoop! I had just called a lady that fostered her, and I was like, hey, I don't want to waste your time. I said, I have a son who's autistic, and, he stims, he jumps, he yells, he makes a lot of, very jarring sounds if you're not used to it. And I was like, I can't have a rambunctious puppy. I can't have I need to have we're looking for the dog. And I said, I don't want to waste your time. And the woman on the phone, she goes, what's so funny? She said, I actually drive a bus for special ed students. She goes, I work with special ed students. I used to be a special ed teacher. And she said, I think you need to come see this dog. And I was like, okay. So we went the next day and we saw her, and I cried. I cried when I first held her in my arms. She is just, you see how she is with me, like right now. She's just like this all day long. She plays with the kids. I've never, in the 2 years that we've had her, she has never growled or shown her teeth or like anything at anybody in the family. And my son, sometimes when he stims, he takes her skin kind of like a stress ball like this, and then he goes like this to her, and she just lays there and she's like, nah, whatever. She's just such a good girl. She's so gentle. She's so sweet. She's about babies. She's my babies. And she sleeps with me, and I get migraines, and whenever I get migraines, she comes and lays next to me so I can just use her like this as a stress ball. She loves it. I just like go like this. Yeah, they're just so sweet. If she wasn't such like a prey-driven dog, she's a hunting dog, I think she could really be a service dog. But like she does such a good job, and then if there's a squirrel, it's over. She just doesn't have like the the resistance. I mean, and maybe that comes with age, but what a sweetheart, such a wonder. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Honestly, we like didn't even hear her bark for like the first year of her life. She was so quiet. And the first day that we brought her home, my son was so excited. He was stimming, and he holds his hand and he shakes and he makes really loud. He screams when and for people who aren't used to it, it sounds like he's in distress, but he's not. He's excited, and he was jumping up and down on the ground, and she was like laying there, and he was jumping right next to her, and she literally like got her head up and looked at him, and she's like, whatever, and laid back down, and we were like, this is perfect. This is perfect. Beauty actually caught a possum and brought it to my nephew. Ew. Yeah, Jitterbug hasn't caught anything yet. But she's always on the prowl. Are you sitting? What are you doing? What are you doing, big butt? What are you doing, you big butt? Oh! What are you doing? The people want to see you. The people want to see you, Jet. Oh, and then she does this. She does flea bites. She goes with her front teeth. Ah, no mouth. She does no mouth. No, no mouth. Get out of here. You nut. Anyways, so she is the best. I need to get my nephew to do the impression of the possum. Oh boy. All right, guys, I have to get going. I will be back on at about noon, probably about 12:15, 12:30-ish. The schedule is set for 1 o'clock, and then we will get into it. And other than that, thanks for hanging out with me. This was fun. Like I said, I've never done a vertical live stream before. And when I do go landscape, I'm also going to do verticals. But I think what I'm going to do is like just verticals Thursday mornings to like just hang out and get all our chit chatting done, so that when we get into the live stream in the afternoon, we could just get down to business. Hope you guys are excited. I'm going to look for clips from the OJ trial, because that's what we're going to be covering for the next 4 weeks. Other than that, I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, bye. I have to wait for the stream to catch up. I need like an end screen. Ugh. I do like the pregame too. Oh, actually, hold on. Wait, let me see. I think I can add something. Hold on. Add a vertical scene. Oh, wait. That's not it. Hold on. I got to actually add the scene. How do I wait? See, and I just don't know how to do anything. Hold on. If I put this and I do media source, new. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at me now.